that mindset of we're not meant to really talk about this thing. Let's just do that because there's no rule book and nobody actually teaches them.
Okay, Chente, so I want
Nobody.
to ask a question. I want to ask a question. So while you were counseling them, did you find out if they both got married as virgins?
Yes. No, no. So he got married as a virgin, but he did not necessarily get married as a virgin. But
So,
it's just that he was too inexperienced. And then most of the sexual encounters that he has had, how, believers in one way, they want to hide, they don't want to talk about it, and
no,
that
so
kind of
no, but
conservative.
but you know why I asked that question? Because if they were both having sex before marriage,
Mhm.
clearly they were not ready to have children at that time because they were not married.
Mhm.
Do you get my point? So that eliminates the fact that sex is just to have children.
Mhm.
Do you get my point? And then
Yes. Yes.
now, do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that, but now that you said that, oh, the girl was a virgin when she got married, by the time when she was getting married, I can excuse it. But now the guy was not a virgin, and he knows that sex is not just about having kids. He knows that. So now, and I think that's why he's saying we can't continue like this. Otherwise, he's going to find if so. I'm not trying to say it's not possible. Hear me out. I'm not trying to say, oh, it doesn't happen. But you see, I think that's the reason why you have a lot of older men molesting young children, people that are kept in their possession to
Mm.
take care of because they lack sex at home. It's not an excuse. I'm just saying, when you're not able to express yourself and you're not able to go out to do what you need to do, because I don't get it. Husband and wife, now they have 5 children. They're done having children and they can't have it. And I'm sure they're like maybe 10, 15 years in marriage or more.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm talking about the conversation part. Is that
Good.
because of the idea of, do you understand? Because of the idea of we were not in one way or the other taught to have this conversation, or it was deemed that in one way or the other shameful, kind of, right? And so even when you enter my, you go with that mindset. It's
But
not
Chen,
normal. It seems weird for you to bring
but
up
Chente, let's be
something
honest.
or have.
Chente, let's be honest. Chente, there are a lot of things we know. Let's be honest. There are a lot of things we
Mhm.
know that in 10 years we will ask questions. We will hear people speak. Do you understand? These people have been married for 10 years. So, do they still think? Unless you're saying that is what is
But
still being told to them even till now.
do obviously, right? Obviously, but again, do you know that there are people that are actually ignorant, that are left in the dark for so long?
Yeah, I understand that, but I also understand where Franca is coming from because if they've been married for 10 years, that's more than enough time for the husband to change the orientation of the wife on sex.
Exactly. Exactly.
If you
Because
can
you know
control
why?
your partner on other things, you can control them when it has to come to sex.
Precious, just imagine. This girl was a virgin when she got married to this guy. And clearly she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know anything about it. And this guy seems to have an idea. Okay, so he's just going to say, my darling, it is not only when you want to have children, you are my wife. So it's not a sin if
Exactly.
you sleep with me. Exactly. Unless they are
No,
not
so
having,
so
unless
so
they are
wait.
not having, unless they are not coming together because they are not using contraceptive, because that's again, maybe they see it as a sin.
No, no. Okay, so let me clear up this, right? I'm not saying that they did not have sex outside from having children. I'm saying they did, right? But it was just that the idea of having sex as pleasure, like us experiencing ourselves intimately, knowing that it is a form of intimacy, right? It's not just for kids bearing, but like we use sex to connect, we use sex. Do you understand? Like sex is not just for bearing kids. It is that idea that they did not fully. So yes, they casually, have sex. I mean, they are couples, so they actually have sex. But I'm saying like in that fun way that I and somebody that is self-aware, somebody that is learned would want to explore our bodies, have sex, did not truly experience themselves like that. That's what
Okay,
I'm trying to
okay,
say.
that's
And
fine.
so when they came in, it was that
Chente, so what made them come to you?
Sorry?
What made them come to you?
Yeah. So I'm saying that why they came in was that we want to experience sex better. It feels like, and now it's now like a duty, kind of. It's no more enjoyable. Do you get? So it's not like a duty. It feels like it is not. We're not having as much fun as we should have. And
Chente,
that those are
so
one
the
of the
question
things
I'm,
that
so Chente, the question I'm asking is, we don't discuss sex. It's not like we don't have
yeah.
sex. You understand? So did they have a conversation to say that we are not having sex the way we should have it? So let's go and see a therapist. I'm trying to understand what made them come to that conclusion to come see a therapist or a counselor.
Okay. So what actually made them come was that they were doing this thing in their church, actually. It's not like they were doing this thing in their church where I was invited to talk about, couples and, and then both of them, here and there, they walked up to me. So it was not like they had that conversation. It was after I had finished speaking, they now walked up, or is the husband that walked up to me, and then he was like, I really like what he said. I feel like I and my wife can be better, right? And so he even had to take a lot of convincing, right?
So now
For
I
the
get
wife
it.
to now.
So now I get
Exactly.
it. You know why I say I get it now? So it's not like they even realized that there was a problem until they heard it from you. So you sparked up
Exactly.
something inside the man that said, "Oh,
Yeah.
really?" So I get it now. So but now, so how long was their session and how did it end?
Are we talking about my plan?
No, what I mean is how long was their session? As in, so what was the end result?
Oh, so I think right now, I think it was about 3 to 4 months that we worked together. But
Okay.
at the end of it, right, because there was a lot of things that we truly explored. And when it comes to sex therapy, right, I don't want to say it, but I think Precious knows the tools that is something with one of those days. But I think the end point was that they had gotten better. Do you understand? Or they were still learning to listen. So I think it was more of they were learning to listen to each other's body. They were learning to listen to what this person was saying. Oh, I think I like it here. Oh, I like it here. Oh, please touch me here. Oh, it makes me feel better here. So it was like that, like that, like that. And in fact, right, it was this feedback thing that Precious had talked about that at a point, he now started feeling like a duty. It was not like I was enjoying it. It just felt like he was a duty. Maybe he didn't know the right thing to touch, or even maybe how do I put it now? She didn't even know her body to that point where she says, okay, I like it when you touch me. So it was during the session when I was, telling them to explore one another's body, know the right thing to touch, I gave them the sensitive focus exercise where there's no penetration, there's just the touching feeling, right? So you touch it, how do you feel when you touch it? You touch just this other place. And it was from there they said, no, if I touch my husband here, I know that his head is going to do like this, something like that. And then it started getting better and better and better and better. So it was just basically listening to each other's voices and knowing where is the right fit and this feedback thing. Oh, I like it here. Oh, I don't like it here. Oh, exactly.
But so I want to ask a question. So for couples who have not explored, who haven't been adventurous when it comes to sex, is there no fear that the minute this guy now understands that this thing can be, it can actually be more, or I can actually get more, or the wife now understands by the time they explore and the wife says, this guy is not satisfying me, if there's more, do you think it would not lead to cheating?
See,
Oh, no,
let's
no.
not bring let's not bring self-control inside this because there is something called self-control. The thing is that I think we need to understand that you getting married is you saying that regardless, I want to be with this person, I want to choose this person, right? So regardless of you knowing that yes, I know that I want it or he's not satisfying me more. It's like I think Cheating is a deliberate decision. You make that decision to say you want to cheat.
Okay, so Chente, so let me say something at this point. You know, you said something that you get into marriage. So if you
Uh-huh.
get into marriage with your full, with the full knowledge of what you should know, do you understand? Then that means you are
Mhm.
aware of what you're getting into. So there are some people who get into marriage. That was the conversation we had yesterday. Some people don't know why they are getting into marriage. Some people feel that they're getting into marriage just to have children. And then in the marriage, they now begin to understand that marriage is more than just having kids.